Now, journalist Anna Moore has noticed the rise in popularity of the marriage sabbatical. Already commonplace in the US. Who'd have thought it, eh? Fancy that. The notion of taking time away from your marriage is nothing new, but Cheryl Jarvis, writer of The Marriage Sabbatical, The Journey That Brings You Home, compares a long-term relationship to the emotional intensity you get with a job. But she makes the point that in a marriage, there's no annual leave or ritual rest. That's because it's not a job. It's a marriage. Or is it? Should you or could you trust your partner to take a little holiday from you and your relationship?
Well, it depends where he's going, for a start. He'd be going nowhere. I think, personally, I would have quite liked that in my marriage. I think most women... So when he'd say on a Friday, oh, I've got to stay over at work tonight, I'd be like, yes. And I think most women, I'm like, I've got the telly to myself, I'm going to have a nice bath, a cup of tea, and most women would like that. And I think it's probably not a bad thing. For a long period of time, it probably would be quite damaging because it depends where he's going, who he's going with. But if it was just like, let's take 2 weeks out of being with each other 24/7, and, you know, because absence does make the heart grow fond, especially when
it doesn't always.
It doesn't always. Oh, God, I'm getting it today, aren't I?
How can being apart from someone make you closer? I don't understand that. Personally, I don't get that. That's not the way I would see it. I would think, you know, if you need to be apart for a certain amount of time in order to get back together,
yeah, but if
there's something horribly wrong. If you don't want someone to come home at night because you want everything to yourself and the remote control's wrong bloke.
But you see, I'm sorry, you know, when I'm saying wrong bloke, but as I'm saying what I'm saying, every woman, I think, most women or men need a break from each other. The audience are nodding. You lot here, inhuman, sitting next to me, going, no.
No, there is a big difference between having a night where your partner is working, not his choice, out of the house, and you get the place to yourself and the run of the house. That's one thing. Your partner coming to you saying, hey, I've decided I'd like to take a holiday from you.
I need to find myself.
I need to find myself. I would say, take all the time you need, make it indefinite, and it's a one-way ticket. Ta-ta.
To be honest, that we say, you look at young people now, you talk about marriage, you talk about relationships. It is not about, well, I'll have a foot in this camp and a foot in that camp, actually. I'll take a sabbatical every month because it's a bit boring and I don't like having to be in a partnership. I'll go and... The point about being in a partnership is that you learn to be together.
Absolutely.
Come hell or high water. 50
years, Lynda. Wouldn't you want a little break?
The whole attitude that partners would want a sabbatical from each other. You either learn to live together or you don't. It's not to say you don't go in another room and read a book. It's not to say you can't go down the pub and have a drink with your mates. Not to say... But you are in a partnership, making a home and a place that you want to be in together. What is the point of going away separately? I don't, you know...
Yeah, I would be deeply hurt.
Only in America, all these, we've got Botox now, we're all walking around safely, alone, with no wrinkles on our foreheads.
Pulling sickies.
Yes, hello.
See?
Hello. Sorry.
I do also, you know, no, I've had to send Mark away a couple of weekends because... No, and seriously, only because because I want to be with him all the time and I want to do things with him all the time.
Nice.
And when he's there, he distracts me. And I've got stuff to do. I've got work. I've got a deadline, and I've got to do it. And the only way
that's not a sabbatical.
It's not a sabbatical, and I would rather not have to do it. But it's for a short amount of time, and you know, soon.
Yeah, but if he came to you, Carol, and said, oh, I'd like a little holiday with the boys. We're off to Vegas so I can think about where I want to go with this relationship. I mean, that is wounding, isn't it? I would be desperately hurt.
Mr. Spain and I are on holiday together, aren't we, love?
Oh, he's in today.
There
he is.
We do everything together.
Every time she's here.
Oh, look, he's even at Loose Women.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like bring your mum to work day, isn't it? Bring Mr. Spain to work. OK, time for one... Oh, yeah, he's the driver. We get a lot of that in that audience, don't we? OK, time...